I know it's been a while. Did you miss me? And the question is, what's up with D Hop? And this offseason has gotten a little crazy for all the wrong reasons. That and more right here on TNT tonight. Let's do it.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody?
What's up, Titan Nation? Welcome into an impromptu TNT tonight. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Glad to have everybody here for this show. I know it's a little bit impromptu, but there's some stuff that's been going on around the Tennessee Titans, and I know I'm a little late to the party, but kind of got to address this a little bit and address the tea leaves in the room. So welcome in, everybody. Make sure y'all share this show out. Definitely hit me up, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter. Facebook, the TNT Enforcers fan page, on Titans and Truth on Facebook. Also on Instagram at Titans_N_Truth, as well as on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer. You see it at the bottom of the screen in the ticker. Definitely hit me up there. Also, of course, super chats are definitely appreciated. Definitely, you're helping me. You're helping the channel and everything going forward. Got some new things coming up very, very soon as we get ready to get inching closer to not only the NFL season, but also college football season. Definitely going to be adding in, talking about some stuff on a different show about the Tennessee Vols coming up, the Memphis Tigers coming up, because I know that's going on. SEC is always going to be live. Then, of course, going into the year with the Grizzlies as well, talking about, we got 25 games without Ja Morant, and also some trades that have been made as well. We'll talk about that a lot more on a different show that's going to be coming out very, very soon. Definitely still kind of working out what days I'm going to do that and everything. But welcome into the show. I'm your man, Blue Enforcer, a.k.a. The Truth, and we're not going to waste much time. We're just going to get right into the news of the day and everything. But again, make sure y'all share this show out. Make sure you smash that like button and go ahead and help the algorithm, help me, and it also helps you as well. Make sure y'all also subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell and hit all for your notifications, personalized, so that way whenever I go live, you will know and you will be in the know of what's going on as well. Also, make sure you download the show, whether you're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iMusic, or Google Podcasts. Make sure you download and definitely give me a rating on there as well if you're not able to come on here, or if you just want to hear the audio version of the show, you could definitely do that there as well, as we are going to be doing it on those channels as well. So thank y'all for tuning into the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. But let's just get right into the nitty gritty of what's going on, and that is simply this. First off, Nicholas Petit-Ferrer suspended for 6 games because he betted on football. He betted on non-NFL games. So it wasn't NFL games. It wasn't like what happened with Isaiah Rodgers and some of the Colts players, or what happened with Calvin Ridley last year, where those guys have been suspended for the entire season. So basically, the NFL has set a precedent. If you bet on NFL games, you will be suspended for a year. If you bet on non-NFL games, you will be suspended at least 6 games. And that's mainly because Nicholas Petit-Ferrer did this at the Titans facility. Of course, rules, have come out. The rules have now been kind of coming out saying that You can't bet on NFL games. You can't bet on games at the team facility and things like that, which is why these suspensions were handed down um, due to that. And so they don't want the game to be influenced in any way. So they don't want it where you're betting on a game and then all of a sudden you're betting on a game and you basically infect the result of the game of what will happen, whether the team wins or loses. So that's really why they did what they did on this. And, again, I just think it's the NFL being a little soft, but I definitely understand the reasoning. If it's, non-NFL games, I really wouldn't have an issue with that. But with NFL games, I do kind of get it when it comes to that. So when it comes to that, because you don't want games influencing, you don't want guys shaving points, trying to lose a game on purpose, or they may, be trying to, like for example, a quarterback tried to hit their numbers, so they're gonna basically go against what the coach might call or something like that. But I guess with Nicholas Petit Ferreira, he basically, maybe didn't understand everything that was around that. And at the same time, he also, mentioned, hey, I'm in a state that's legal, for gambling, that's legal for gambling. Why am I getting suspended? But it's mainly because, you did it at a team facility. I think if he had not did it at a Titans facility, if he had just did, non-NFL games at home or something like that, then, he may have not gotten suspended at all. But because he did it at a Titans facility, that is why this was happening in regards to that. So, I mean, they were basically trying to say that they did tell people about this, but NPF is out for the first 6 games of the year, which does put the Titans in a very tough position as far as where do they go? Do they sign somebody? Do they go in-house? As far as who could start at right tackle for the first 6 games. Now, a lot of people think it'll be Daniel Brunskill, who we just signed from the 49ers. Instead of him playing left guard, right guard, move him to right tackle. And then maybe you put a Corey Levin or Jamarco Jones in at right tackle for the time being until NPF suspension is lifted or is over. And then Brunskill moves back inside and NPF goes at right tackle. That could be a way. Dylan Radins is not going to be considered yet because most likely he's going to begin on the PUP because he's not quite ready from the ACL, because that ACL tear did happen late in the year against the LA Chargers. So he may not be ready yet. So again, it could be Brunskill to the outside. It could be Jamarco Jones there. And then, of course, if you move Brunskill outside, who plays at right guard? Again, it could be Levin. It could be Jamarco Jones, or it could be somebody else altogether that plays at that position. That's something that the Titans are going to have to figure out. I think they're going to move Brunskill to right tackle, and Corey Levin goes in at right guard for the time being. Keep Brewer at center, because he wasn't that great at left guard, which makes you think he's not going to be good at right guard either. So I just think that's what's going to happen. They need to just set a zero tolerance policy, no betting at all with that, if that's going to be the case. So that way nobody gets in trouble. Because, again, as Vrabel would normally say, don't do dumb stuff to hurt the football team. And this, maybe not is dumb, because it's like, hey, you're placing a harmless bet. You're in a state where sports betting is legal, but then you get suspended. So it kind of does hurt the team. So Didn't like that, but it is what it is for that. The next piece of news: Hassan Haskins arrested. Arrested on an aggravated assault charge, assault strangulation charge that stemmed from a what would be deemed, I would think, as a domestic dispute. This is according to Caleb Weather, Weatherington of WSMV Channel 4 in Nashville. The Metro Police arrested Hassan Haskins last Thursday. He was released on $10,000 bond. Will appear in court next Monday on July 10th. The Titans, of course, were made aware of the situation. They made a statement. They're gathering additional information. He got into an assault with, I believe it was his girlfriend, back on June 22nd, after she liked a photo of somebody else. Basically that she got mad, about that, threw some of his clothes and stuff around. And then, allegedly he pushed her to the ground and she hit the back of her head. And that it was basically a domestic struggle and things like that. So I never condone domestic violence. If this is true, this could definitely spell the end of Haskins. He could get cut because of this, whether he is, if he is convicted or not of this crime, we won't know. We're still, of course, again, I am not a legal expert or anything like that. More information has still got to be gathered when it comes to that. So, you probably don't want to make any, conclusions, but it does look like Hassan Haskins is in a lot of trouble. And with what's going on with Tyjae Spears looking pretty good, that doesn't help his case either when it comes to that. He was supposed to be possibly the backup running back to Derrick Henry. Only problem is Tyjae Spears kind of passed him by a little bit. And then this latest run-in with the law, getting arrested for aggravated assault, in what I would deem a domestic violence dispute, doesn't help his cause or his chances going into the season. So you got to make better choices. You got to know, keep your hands to yourself, especially when it involves a woman. You are an NFL player. You have to understand that anything you do has consequences. So, we'll find out more as time goes on, but it's not looking too good for Hassan Haskins. Very, very bad move on his part. Final piece of news that we got: DeAndre Hopkins' watch continues as the Tennessee Titans, according to an ESPN report from Jeremy Fowler, that the Tennessee Titans are well positioned to sign DeAndre Hopkins. Now, of course, some news did come out last week that, teams like the Browns and the Panthers were lurking around at the possibility of signing Haskins. But right now, the Titans and the Patriots are the leaders in the clubhouse as far as landing him. Now, there are some who think that maybe DeAndre Hopkins really does want to go to New England, and that maybe, using the Titans to leverage the Patriots into a better deal, or that the Titans really are the team to beat for him. And of course, Albert Breer of the NFL Network basically was like, hey, a DeAndre Hopkins signing will come on Bill Belichick's time when he feels ready. And we know Belichick he's the be-all, end-all in New England. He's basically what he says goes. He's like, I'll sign him when I'm ready. Well, if he keeps like that, the Titans are going to get him before he's ready to sign him. And then the Titans have him a new receiver, which, I mean, there is very major interest between the Titans and Hopkins and vice versa. So the Titans just need to make sure that they sign him before anybody else does. But, of course, Teron, TD from ESPN definitely said that, he feels the Titans are very, very confident. He's very, very confident, and the Titans are very confident that they could get a deal done with DeAndre Hopkins as well. I'm a little bit nervous about all of that. I do think Hopkins will be a great fit for Tennessee, and I think we need Hopkins more than New England does because, I mean, New England, even if they sign Hopkins, that really doesn't bolster their chances of winning the AFC East because you still got the Jets and you still got the Bills and you still have a Miami Dolphins team. If Tua does anything, the Dolphins could be a threat as well. They would still be the fourth best team in the AFC South. For the Titans, if you get DeAndre Hopkins, I think you're either tied with Jacksonville or you're slightly over them as the favorite in the AFC South, as far as I'm concerned. So, I think I'm still going to go put some money on the Titans to win the AFC South before the signing. And I still believe the Tennessee Titans can win the AFC South without DeAndre Hopkins because, I mean, they did it with no receivers last year and were within a game, a Josh Dobbs fumble scoop score, they could have won the game and made the playoffs. So, I mean, I still think it's possible, but, got to get the numbers right because it's all about the cheddar. It's all about the money. That's going to be the main thing that tells you if you sign DeAndre Hopkins or not. So I'm still pretty confident. I would say between 1 and 10, I am about a 7. Then I'm pretty confident. Leave your comments below. What do you think? 1 to 10. 1 being Titans have no chance. 10 being DeAndre Hopkins might as well buy a house. DeAndre Hopkins should be looking for real estate here in Nashville because he's pretty much a Titan already. Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think about the Hassan Haskins being arrested, as well as NPF being suspended for 6 games. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Last but not least, I got to shut your pie hole because I know we're in the beginning of July. We're halfway through the year. And, something was brought to my attention that might be very interesting. And just thought this needs to be addressed. My guy, Joseph, brought in an idea for Shut Your Pie Hole, and I'm trying to find it now. It may be on my Facebook. But he mentioned, of course, rest in peace to Ryan Mallett. Ryan Mallett, of course, the former Arkansas quarterback, and also the former Texan quarterback who passed away recently. And there was somebody who basically, laughed about his passing and things like that. And let me tell you something. There's nothing funny about somebody being, passing away, whether it be that somebody, due to a health condition, a health ailment, or somebody was murdered, or if, for any other reason, somebody, being killed or passed away or something like that is nothing to laugh about. Okay? It ain't funny. And, like over the weekend in NASCAR, I heard about this. A native of Tennessee, he was an audio specialist for NASCAR was setting up something for the race in Chicago, got in contact with electrical wires and got electrocuted and died. That is sad. What happened to Ryan Mallett is sad. You know, what happened during COVID and what's happening all over the country, the mass shootings, that is sad. That is nothing to laugh at. So for this somebody, whoever they are, who is laughing about Ryan Mallett's death, shut your pie hole, and you know what you can do. Go kick rocks somewhere, because that type of thing ain't going to be tolerated by anybody in this country at all. And also, some other news, a blue bombshell that definitely dropped was ESPN let go of a lot of people. I mean, guys like Max Kellerman, Jalen Rose, just heard on 1025 The Game, Jason Fitz, who was formerly of that, of 1025 The Game. He was on ESPN. He got fired. Susie Colbert, Jeff Van Gundy, some pretty big names. Keyshawn Johnson. Now, I mean, I'm not going to scoff. I'm not going to, step on anybody who got fired, especially because some of them are still going to be getting paid over the next, year to 2 or 3 years. Keyshawn being fired, I'm actually kind of happy about, because he sucks. He sucks at his job. Let's just put it to you like that. But ESPN ain't joking. They laid off a lot of people, and, more could come and things like that. So, man, my dream was always to work at ESPN, but I don't want to go to a job and I'm like, I don't know if I'm secure, if I'm going to have a job at some point. That's kind of scary when you really think about it. So ESPN laid a lot of people off, and it's really something. But everybody, again, make sure y'all follow on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure y'all follow. Definitely give a like. Definitely make sure y'all give a like. Smash that like button, and also hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Hit all. Go ahead and do that. But that's going to just about do it for tonight's show. Thank y'all very much for tuning in to TNT Tonight. I'm your host, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. Make sure you leave me some comments. Leave me your thoughts. I'll respond to them if I can, as quickly as I can. Y'all have a very good rest of your evening, and tighten up, because that's all we know how to do.